guys, it's Paint with Josh back in the studio. Today I'm going to teach you how to paint an orca underwater with just Liquitex white and black gesso. It's going to be fantastic. You already think so. That's why you clicked on the link. So let's hop to it. Get ready to do it. We're going to do it just like this. Oh, hi there, my guys and gals and painting pals. My name's Paint with Josh, and today I'm going to teach you how to paint an orca just with Liquitex white gesso, a little bit of black gesso, and a fan brush. You'll also need a few paper towels to clean up with and dry our brush, no big deal, and something to put our paint on, whether it be a palette, a piece of cardboard, a cake pan, your own Paint with Josh hat. Be as simple as a piece of paper or your own stinking hand. The point being, you don't need to find all the professional stuff, right? Let's make it up as we go. So what I did was took a little bit of my Liquitex white gesso, plopped a little pad of it onto the little palette here, and you can see I've done it multiple times for multiple whales and different scenes and stuff. I'm gonna put the smallest amount of black onto there because you really don't use a whole lot. I'm telling you. Now, let's go make a whale. This is what happens when you order your palette off of wish.com, right? So, in order to make a whale, I'm gonna take just my little fan brush and go into the smallest little bit that we can possibly get of our Liquitex white gesso onto the brush. We don't want it to be insanely huge. Now let's decide maybe if we're gonna have it be underwater with some sky above, we don't wanna have the fin be too big, right? And it's not just a straight triangle. So let's come down like this, very light pressure on the brush, bang, just about finger length, right? Just about the length of your finger. It's got a little backwards arc to it, very simple. Now we're gonna come down pretty straight on this last one, right? You can see the difference between those backwards arcs. This guy comes down straight. You can go down a little further than you need to if you're gonna have to go back and cover it over with your black gesso anyway, right? Now this one, we're gonna connect onto the front, just kind of go straight off to the side, let it dip down, right? Going down the side that way. This guy's gonna be about twice as long and much steeper as it goes down this way. See the difference? A little arced over whale kind of floating through. Now, let's go brighten up this line real fast. Right? Just brighten it up with a little bit of paint. We can always go back and darken it or highlight it with our oil paints in different colors and stuff. Point being, you don't want to have a whole lot, right? Now, underneath where the point comes down, right, we basically want to go straight over almost a very straight line, right? Until we start to get around to where his tail is, where it comes down and gets thinner and thinner and thinner as it goes down that way. Now, about halfway where we were, we're gonna light up the whole bottom with our white gesso in a shape like this, right? So we're basically gonna go straight across, stop, and then sort of go down because we need his fins to come in, and we're gonna have to pipe those in with some black gesso, right? So a little bit of white. Of course, we got to make his iconic little eyeball patch, which isn't even his eyeball. His eyeball's in front of that. All right, but we'll come up here and just make a little oval just with our white. Boom, boom, boom. Trying to keep it separated from our lines, right? Very easy. You can make it bigger if you wanted to. You can make it smaller. Up to you. Bang, just like that. A little bit of a whale tail. Right now, his white part comes underneath his belly just a little, and then starts to get a little bit bigger as we come up here. Right, we're not trying to pipe it all in white, but it has a little weird design. There's something going on down there, right? Just like that. A little bit of white under his belly. A little bit of our Liquitex gesso is all we're using just to fill it all in. All right, so we'll go back, add a little bit more to our brush, come back along, so we've got a real straight, crisp little line. And you can use whatever brush you want that's more, effective for you. I like using a fan brush. It's just an easy way to pipe in a lot of color, and if you wanted to have real sharp lines, if you can keep enough paint onto the brush to keep it nice and sharp, right? So out here like that, our little fin, which we kind of added to, take this guy over the side. And remember, the white is only the outline. We don't want to worry about it too much. I'm going to take his tail now and start coming down and around, and then a little bit of peak. Come back, up and around and in, and then down and around, and off again. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so I have this little shape of a tail. Doesn't have to be the most perfect thing because it's on an angle, right? So they're not supposed to be perfectly symmetrical. Then we're gonna go back in here, fill it in with our white, and that's pretty much it, guys. How to paint a whale in about 3 seconds by Paint with Josh. Boom, 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 boom. Filling it all in. Now, it's a lot easier if you do it down on a countertop versus up here on an easel, like old Paint with Josh chooses to do to show you the best views, right? A little bit like that. Just have a white tail, white underbelly. Now we'll go pipe in our little bit of black. Now, in order to do that, we've got to wash the brush off. Just either dip it in a cup or a little bit of water is all we need. Now, we're going to get the smallest, littlest, teeniest little bit on the corners of the brush, just so we can make his fins, right? So we're going to come off the bottom. We're making it a little round shape. And then we can go back and fill it in with the dark. All we're looking for is a crisp line on the outside. And then we can go back and fill it all in with our darkness, right? Make a little bit more of that just to make one little ring, right? Can't go directly above it, so come right back a little bit. Dip in, and then around and up. That's why we're not covering all that space with our white, because we're going to come back and throw our little fin right back in there, right? Just like that, got yourself a little whale. Now, like I said, we wash off the brush. We go back into our black gesso just to tighten up all these lines, right? We can come back in, get real close up underneath it, shrink that white line down to as far as we want, go along the outside edge, cleaning up all the excess that's come off, right? Because the brush isn't a perfect thing. Back in here, we can fill in his fin and just make that white line just so small. Ooh, 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 ooh. And remember, we're gonna go across it with our oil paints anyway. This isn't just a finished look how it is, right? And then any part that we need to black out of the fin above, or any of this little white section in here, right, come around, cleaning it up. Very small little things. That's all we need. And then we dip down into the white, right, because his fin is gonna come across his own white belly. It has to if he's going to be swimming, so it's got to be a very small little line, just like that. Poosh! We got a really cool little orca out there. Now, what if we just so happened to put that orca underwater? Right? We wipe off our brush, get a little bit of our white on it, just like so, and let's decide, maybe we can have a little peak right here. Just one little peak. Just like that, okay? Got to come down with our little peak off the other side. And now, to make it look like we're sat flat on the water, we can't see all the top of the waves, right? One side's got to be taller than the other. So we're going to make our next peak a little bit higher. Run it right down through there like that, right? All we need to do, mix up a little, or get enough of our white paint onto our brush in order for it to stay crisp. Boom, 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 boom. Just like so. Now we're going to start to feed some of that acrylic while it's wet. You got to do it fast. Feed it back towards that next little line, like we always do with our seascapes, right? Boom, 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 boom. Now we got our bit of water up on top. This guy, we're gonna take down and around, and then have a little bit of a hill on him. But this peak has to be the highest point of the water. Don't let your water get any taller than that peak at any point, anywhere. Come off the back of this little guy, floating it down, flowing backwards. Right? Not everything's all going to be the same. A little bit of water. Now it looks like we're about underneath. But one thing that's going to help us is if we have one little line that's disconnected from this guy, right? So if you put, and I'm talking about the smallest little detail with the smallest pressure and the smallest line, it only has to be about 1/8 of an inch, maybe 1/16 of an inch. Doesn't even have to go across all the way, right? But when we go to look at this with our when we go to add on our other color, it's going to make it look like the lip of the water, right? We'll keep it where the water is almost rounded right around the edge of our camera lens that we've dunked underneath the sea waves, right? Just like that. Down here, brighten this guy up. Bring it down real close to our little dark, or our little light line. Doesn't have to be the brightest thing. Doesn't have to be the thickest thing. You can choose to do it with a liner brush, because all I'm really doing is using just a few hairs of this fan brush at a time, really. Go over here, just that little rounded lip. When we set some color on top, boy, oh boy, it's gonna be fantastic. So, that's it. That's the Paint with Josh Orca tutorial. Wasn't that simple? Showed you everything you had to do, and it turned out fantastic. Now all you need to do is wet it down with clear, put your undercolors on and then hit it with white and watch all those cool colors just shine right through. So I really enjoyed teaching you how to do this one, and I can't wait to see your versions. Please send them in to facebook.com/officialpaintwithjosh. And until I see you guys again next time, take care. Have the rest of a good day. And here we go. Pooh. Today we did it. 100 takes on this one. Whip, whoop. Oh, hi guys, gals, and painting pals. Today I'm going to teach you how to paint an orc. Who am I? Hi guys, welcome back to Paint with Josh. Today I'm going to... Hey guys, Paint with Josh back in the studio. I'm going to show you how to paint an orca underwater just with acrylic white gesso. Okay. Stop looking at me. With white gesso and black gesso and a little... One more time. Hey guys, welcome back to Paint with Josh. Today we did a... Learn how to paint an orca with just liquid... Hi guys, welcome back to Paint with Josh. Today I'm going to paint an... I guess 2 more times. All right. Hey guys, welcome back to Paint with Josh. Today I'm going to... Mother of pearl. One more time. That's all we need. It's going to be fantastic. So, I know you're excited to learn how to do this one. All you got to do is check the description down. Why? I just told you the colors. So, let's hop to it, get ready to do it, and That's kind of cool. Let's hop to it and get ready to do it and do it just like this. Boom! Fantastic. You already know it is, so let's get to it and... So let's do it and get to it. Let's get to it and do it. So let's hop to it and get to it, and we're... You already know it, so let's get to it and get... Hi, welcome back to Paint with Josh. Today we're going to do an orca painting just like this. I don't think I snapped in the beginning. Not going to make any sense now. Oh well, whatever.